Welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to try to help you save some money. I was looking through the local ads and I found an ad in our local grocery store that they were advertising chickens and the brand of chicken that I like to buy for 79 cents a pound. I haven't been able to get that in quite a while, so I think the last time it was 88 cents a pound. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of chicken, as many as I think I can process today, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this in a bunch of different ways. So that way you reap the benefits of 79 cents a pound, but you get to have whatever cut you want instead of paying the premium prices. So that being said, I'm going to show you how I do it, and I hope it inspires you to stay with me. I hope that you go down in the description box, check out my Facebook page, maybe give me a thumbs up for this video, and go over and visit my Wild Tree page, because you know when I cook this chicken, I'm going to use some Wild Tree products because I trust this company that much. All right, guys, let's go cut up some chicken. Come on. Okay, guys, so I'm really glad you stayed for this. As you saw in my last video, I bought 6 whole fryers, and now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with those. I packaged up the London broil and the pork chops and put them in the freezer. So now I've got a big stainless steel bowl here. This actually works well as a beverage container for a family get-together, or you know, you fill it with ice. But I thought this would be a good spot to put these pieces of chicken, because we're going to have a lot of chicken. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that you guys understand what I'm doing. And I'm going to cut the wingtips off because they're really, it's bone and fat. It's not anything you're going to eat. But for a stock or for Sage's dog food, yes, I totally am going to do that. So what I'm also going to do, I'm going to cut my wings first. And I just get right where that joint is, and you'll feel it pop. As soon as that pops, cut that off. You guys, some of you have seen me do this before. It's pretty easy. Now I'm going to cut these, because if I was going to make chicken wings out of this, I want a flat and a drumette. So there's 2 flats and 2 drumettes. We're only going to get 12, but a dozen chicken wings would feed my husband and I for dinner. So that's a dinner right there. Somebody out there keep track of this. So, okay, I'm going to kind of put them in the stainless pot or bowl, you know, in categories. So we'll have the wings on that side. Then I cut the legs off. Legs are going to go here. We're going to have 12 legs, and that's more than enough for 3 meals for us. Like I said, a chicken usually will feed us 4 different times. And there's the thigh. Taking the thighs off. Put those over there. And I've washed these chickens in cold water. I've only got 3 in this bowl, and then the other 3 are in the refrigerator, staying cold. And so I'm just going to give you a good look. I cut this back off, and I'm trying to keep one hand clean here. So instead of getting in there with the big knife, there we go. Cut right through that side. And I'm not a butcher, so it's just how I do chicken. And I've been doing this a long time, but sometimes it goes smoother than others. Okay, so the back, you don't have to cut it in half, but I'm going to, because I'm going to put that also is going into the stock and or dog food. I can't see throwing that away ever. Now, on the breast, what I'm going to do with a lot of these, because I like to have bone-in breast. So some of them I'm going to cut in half like this. Get down through that keel bone. And if I was going to fry it, I'd cut these in half again. But if I just wanted to oven roast chicken breast for dinner, then all I have to do is take a package of these out and it's perfect for us. So we'll leave those whole. Bone in, it keeps them really moist and delicious. The next one though, I'm gonna debone it. So as I get working on this, I guess when I am in the deboning of the chicken breast, I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so I've got those 3 chickens all cut up and I've saved 2 of these, the whole breast here. I've got 2 of them here that I'm gonna skin and bone, and then we have boneless, skinless chicken breast for how much? 79 cents a pound. Now you can make ground chicken with this as well. I've done that. Ground chicken is ridiculously expensive and it's not hard to do. I'll attach my video on how I did that. And it's pretty much just about like this, only you're boning the whole thing and putting it in the grinder. So you want a nice sharp knife to get down beside that. Cut any excess fat off that you don't want in on your chicken breast. So that's going to go in the scrap bowl as well. And I'm calling it a scrap bowl, but really it isn't, because it's going to go, that'll be enough to cook Sage's food for a few days. I'm going to have to do a new dog food video because I've researched a little bit, and some of the things that I was doing, and see, like these little pieces of meat and stuff, you can leave that attached to the bone because this bone is also going in that. So let's get this chicken breast right off the bone here. Pretty cool. And I like to come along the top, go right down beside that breastbone. And you could take the tenderloin out. That's that little center piece here. You can take that out and save that. But what a nice piece of meat right there. Chicken breast, boneless, skinless, 79 cents a pound. And usually I don't need, I mean, on sale, you can get them pretty regularly for $1.99 a pound. But if I can do this and have all the other uses from this chicken, all the other meals, my gosh, why wouldn't I do this? So, all right. And you can cube this, you could leave it whole. I leave it whole because then my choices when I go to cook this are a little bit, I have more variety. So I'm going to do this other one. I've got to get those other 3 chickens all cut up, and then I'll bring you back when I'm, oh, I did want to show you too, before I turn that off and get my hands. The other thing I buy quite often, you know, when they're on sale, is boneless, skinless chicken thighs, or I'll get the thighs on sale and skin them and bone them myself because they have so much flavor. I love, love, love the dark meat. And so, especially when I do the grind, you have to have dark meat in that ground chicken. So trim that fat here. And Sage is like, I keep hearing my name. Hi, girl. Okay, so we're gonna go right along the bone with your knife. And same on the other side. You're gonna come in, go right along that bone. It doesn't have to be perfect because chances are you're gonna use this in an application where it's cut up, or you can pound it out and make it prettier. And that bone is also going in there. So there's boneless, skinless chicken thigh. So already we're saving a ton of money just in these 2 cuts of meat because they're expensive, right? Well, a lot more expensive than a whole chicken. So I'll bring you back when I'm all done and we're getting ready to package these up. Now, I could turn around and can all this chicken if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to rotate through some of our chicken first and then get to canning. I'm hoping that for some reason a big sale comes and it's like under 50 cents a pound, and then we'll can like 50 pounds of it. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to show you one other way I cut up a chicken. It ends up, I think you get more meat or uses out of it, I guess you'd say. So, and then you can have different options as far as a recipe. So what I do is, these are really nice poultry shears. You're just going to cut down alongside that backbone. And it's cutting through rib bones and that kind of thing. You just follow it all the way up. And these gloves make it slippery. There we go. Now you're going to come through to the other side and right alongside, come on in and do the same thing. Because this is the part that really there's not enough meat on it. It makes great stock, but there's not enough meat on it to, along that spine, I should say. And then you can just lift it up and follow through. There you go. So in one piece, you've got that backbone out. Now, you'll want to clean the inside of this a little bit, because that's actually part of a lung. You want to make sure that you get in here and clean out any excess stuff that doesn't need to be in there and re-rinse it, and you're good to go. Okay, so now put this in the bowl, because that is in the scrap heap. Don't like that excess fat here. It doesn't have to be fat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, right on that cartilage that's there, you're going to go ahead and crack that. Now you can remove this keel bone. It's pretty easy to remove. You just kind of have to get your fingers up under there. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'll worry about it when it's the recipe I want. If it's something I think I need that bone out for, then I'll do it. But I like to leave it in if I'm going to leave the breast meat. Now you've got two beautiful halves. Okay, and really and truly, this is the only thing that's gone in the scrap bowl just yet. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and, just like we did, it's a little flimsier because it hasn't got that support, but we're going to get these wings off, get that tip off the wing, and throw that in the bowl, get your flat and your drumette, and that's that. Okay, now we'll do this. We'll do this one here. Like I said, because it hasn't got the support that it had with that back in there, especially when it comes to the thigh, this is kind of disconnected already, right? So it really depends on whether you want that piece of, I guess it's rib meat or rib here, this piece in that thigh or not. Sometimes I leave it on. You know, if you go out and get chicken, this is how they cut them. They leave that piece on, but I don't. It doesn't have a lot of meat, so I'm going to put that in there. Now I've got this beautiful bone-in, ribs attached chicken breast, and I love those. They roast just absolutely beautifully. Now the other thing you can do is you can do a what do they call it? A spatchcock chicken, and that's again taking that backbone out, and it's not that hard to do. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? You do need some good kitchen shears. It's hard to do with a knife. I've done it and it wasn't that fun. And I don't think you get as clean a job done either. Okay, so that's one side. Sorry for my elbow. I need a new camera with a monitor so I can set the camera on the other side. But that's gonna come later. Maybe when I get 10,000 subscribers, I'll do that. That's coming up fast too. Projected time frame is June, which is kind of cool that they can predict that. Okay, so again, you're going to come in here and clean out anything that's attached to those ribs that you don't want. You're going to wash this out. Put that in the scrap bowl. Okay, and then you just push down. And now you can make this beautiful chicken, and it'll cook evenly because it's all about the same level. If you wanted to. If you didn't want to, then you can cut it up. But I'm just showing you a couple of ways you can do chicken. So I'm gonna get the rest of this done and start packaging this up to go in the freezer. And I'm gonna package it up the way I wanna use it. And anyway, let me get these gloves off so I can turn you off. And I'll be right back. I guess I'll be back when I have all the packages sitting on the counter. All right, guys. All right, guys. So I've got 11 packages, and this will make, because Michael and I actually will split a chicken breast half, and so each package is going to be at least 2 meals for us. I got 2 big batches of scrap for Sage's dog food, and so that will help her out through a couple of weeks. And so nothing got wasted, and for 79 cents a pound, my gosh, we got a lot to put in the freezer. And like I said, you could can this if you wanted to. Time constraints don't allow me to do that this time around, but there's nothing says you can't thaw this out and can it. So anyway, I hope this inspires you to come back next time. Maybe give me a thumbs up, share it on your Facebook page, and as always, guys, let's save some money, because it didn't take that long. It honest and truly took me about an hour and a half to process all this meat, and that's including the meat that I purchased along with this. So there were 6 other packages of meat. And so anyway, I hope I see you next time, guys. All right, God bless.